Making news this morning. New video at an anti-Trump rally showing a protester shoved downstairs. What happened to the attacker and what the student did after the incident. Plus, another big step in the new Broadway Bridge construction today. What you can expect to see this morning and how it will affect traffic in the area. And video of cows stranded after the New Zealand earthquake going viral. We have an update on the condition of those cows this morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. The time now is 6:31. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday morning for Channel 7 Daybreak. We'll get to those news headlines coming up in just a little bit. First, taking a look at your forecast. Things are going to be changing. It's a roller coaster kind of week.
Yes. Up and down.
Coats in the morning, maybe not in the afternoon, definitely not tomorrow, and then rain, and then who knows what you know. You're the only one in this studio. We are all asking this morning, what do we need to do?
Thank goodness I have a job. I'll keep my job because if it continues
we need you.
changing like this, thank you. Well, first of all, supermoon over for this morning. Look at it again tonight. It'll still be kind of cool. It'll just be past its peak, but we're getting the sunrise up now. That's off of West Mountain in Hot Springs. Look at that beautiful orange glow. But also look just beneath the orange, and you can see the fog there that we're seeing in some of the valley areas, especially western Arkansas. We've got quite a bit of patchy fog. There wasn't much rain with that front last night, just as we thought. If you had any showers, you were one of the few. The last one moved out of Ashley and Chico County about an hour ago, and all of the activity now is over in Mississippi. So no worries with that. And the skies have cleared out very quickly. We didn't even have a lot of cloud cover, just kind of a narrow band of clouds. 49 degrees, calm winds right now. So cool, but gosh, certainly not as cold as yesterday when we were down around freezing in much of Arkansas. So 40s and 50s, it's light jackets, if that, for the morning hours. And then we start that warm up. The warming trend kicks in starting today, 74. Coming up, how warm it does get, and could the rain Friday affect Friday night football? I'll tell you after this. Chris?
Melinda, thank you. Taking a look at our Crane Automotive Team traffic report this morning. Our map showing maybe a small slowdown in Jacksonville on 167 northbound. And that's already cleared up just by zooming in on our map. We'll take a look elsewhere around the metro with a couple of our sky cams. And the Big Rock interchange looks to be clear right now. 630 east and westbound next to ACH. Still seeing a moderate level of volume on the eastbound lanes at this hour. And finally, a look at the Main Street Bridge out there this morning, where you're seeing traffic very light in volume. How light? About 1 or 2 cars just heading over the bridge at this time. So nothing to be concerned about just yet, but we'll keep you updated on your traffic throughout the morning right here on Channel 7. Now we get to your news. In breaking overnight, a mom and her 2 kids shot while putting groceries into their home.
It happened in Harris County, Texas. Police there say 2 men pulled up next to them and demanded the mother give them her purse, and she refused. One of the suspects pulled out a gun and shot the 27-year-old mother and her 2 children, ages 7 and 4. They are in the hospital. No word on their conditions. The man accused of killing a firefighter responding to his home in January spent his Monday in court.
The results of his mental evaluation are in, and it shows that Mark Pruitt may have been impaired that night. There were high amounts of cocaine found in Pruitt's system that day, according to a toxicology report. According to the mental evaluation, Pruitt said he was using cocaine 3 to 4 times a week before the incident. The report says police also found cocaine residue on a piece of cellophane in Pruitt's kitchen, suggesting that Pruitt used cocaine within a few hours of the alleged offense. Pruitt is charged with manslaughter for allegedly shooting and killing Lieutenant Jason Adams, who was responding to Pruitt's home in January after a call that Pruitt was having a seizure. The doctor who conducted the mental evaluation of Pruitt says he is mentally fit to stand trial, and Pruitt's attorney has asked for a hearing on December 1st to look at Pruitt's mental evaluation, possibly calling in their own doctor. Lieutenant Adams' family says Pruitt is just stalling.
It's just, like I say, the family is not getting closer. We cannot move forward until we can close and put this behind us.
Pruitt's jury trial was supposed to start next week, but the mental evaluation actually canceled that. So the next hearing is in December. We'll, of course, be there to cover it. And Pruitt remains in the Pulaski County Jail this morning. Bald Knob schools are back open this morning after closing Monday following the sudden death of Superintendent Bradley Roberts. Visitation for Roberts is tonight from 6 to 8 at Powell's Funeral Home. The funeral service is tomorrow at 2 at Independence Missionary Baptist Church.
Arkansas's Department of Human Services is taking note of the rise in the number of foster children in Arkansas. The number has increased by about 30% in just the past 15 months. At the same time, the number of foster families and caseworkers has not seen a similar increase, and that's created a crisis.
Our number one thing is we need foster family homes. So we are really looking to recruit more people to serve our children and be that stopgap so that they can be in a family-like setting while they are in foster care.
The plan to improve Arkansas's foster care system also involves more placements of children with relatives and the hiring of more caseworkers. The entire report can be reviewed by visiting humanservices.arkansas.gov.
The time now 6:36. A health alert for you this morning. The University of Central Arkansas is now investigating suspected cases of mumps. UCA says these cases are unconfirmed but involve students who live off campus. So far, there have been more than 1,200 mumps cases reported in Arkansas after an outbreak started in the northwest part of the state. And this morning, President Obama landed in Greece for a two-day visit. It's the first stop of his final foreign tour as president. Air Force One touched down this morning in Athens after an overnight flight from Washington. After Greece, the president is going to go to Germany and then Peru.
3 cows that became stranded on a small island of grass following Monday's powerful earthquake in New Zealand have been rescued. Video of the stranded animals had captured the interest of people around the world. The News Hub's news service reports that the 2 cows and a calf were rescued after a farmer and some helpers dug a track to them and brought them out.
Coming up next here on Daybreak this morning, we're live where half of the Broadway Bridge is expected to float into place today.
Channel 7's Elizabeth Armstrong is live with an update on the progress and when part of the bridge will be moved.
And we are in the warmer section of our forecast now. We'll talk about how warm it gets, the rain on Friday that could affect football games, and the cooler air this weekend. I'll tell you about all the changes coming up.
Now, weather with meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
All right, well, we are entering a pretty quiet weather pattern for the next 3 days, so I thought I would go ahead and show you when things get active again. And when you know it, it's just as Friday night football kicks up again as we get to the playoffs, and there is a decent rain chance. I think the better chances of this rain coming in will be Friday afternoon and Friday night. So Cabot comes to North Little Rock, 64 degrees, so not that chilly, but showers and the chance of some storms. I think there could be some lightning with some of these storms, so that's what we really have to watch for, possibly to delay games. Hopefully it doesn't happen, just rain. But Searcy at Pine Bluff, that's going to be about 66 degrees. All these rain chances at about 50%. This could go up or down as we get a little bit closer to it, but just wanted to let you know, if you've got kids playing in some of these games, you'll need to take ponchos into the games. West Memphis headed to Russellville for the playoffs. That's going to be about 63, just a little bit cooler there, but still mild for football. And it will not be raining if you're following the Razorbacks down to Starkville for the game on Saturday. That Saturday evening at 6 p.m., a little bit cooler, 54 degrees. So you will need a jacket for that game if you're headed to see them play Mississippi State. Beautiful sunrise, but also a little fog there in the valley areas off of our Hot Springs Middleton sky cam. So we'll look at visibility in just a second. It is warming back up. Then that Friday rain and thunderstorm, that's what we'll be focusing on the next couple of days, that activity, and then cooler weather for the weekend. The fall weather does return. Visibility down to 0.2 of a mile in Fort Smith, 0.2 as well in DeQueen. So this is the area, western Arkansas. It's having a little problem with patchy fog this morning. There you can see it live on our sky cam from Hot Springs. 49 degrees, calm winds, just kind of cool, not real chilly out there. So I think light jackets are fine. No wind to really make it seem cooler than it actually is. And as expected, that front didn't come through with much fanfare at all. A little layer of clouds that moved through, and then we had showers in the eastern half of the state in the overnight. There's the last one that moved out of far southeastern Arkansas, Ashley and Chico County. Most of the activity is over there in Mississippi, as you can see. So we just had a few rumbles of thunder with that one down in southeastern Arkansas. Frontal boundary still working its way out of the state. The air behind it, though, not cool with this one. It is just pretty mild, so we're going to see temperatures going up. And this morning, you may be surprised when you step outside that it is not as chilly as it has been the past couple of days. By the weekend, though, it will look and feel much different. We'll see temperatures in the 50s, not even getting out of the 50s for most of us, both Saturday and Sunday, but definitely a beautiful fall weekend. Today, though will not feel like fall this afternoon. Mid-70s after sunny and warmer conditions. Will cool down to just around 51 degrees tonight. So again, it's just just light jackets for morning and nights. And look at these afternoons. Tomorrow's high, upper 70s. Likely will hit 80 in sections of western or southern Arkansas. There's that rain chance. And I think it's more likely later in the day Friday, but stay tuned for more on that. And then the weekend looks cooler by Sunday morning, back down close to freezing. All right, time now for your Metro First forecast.
It's no secret that Black Friday deals are the best deals. And during this Black Friday season at Crane Kia, the holidays are on us. Right now, get new Kia Souls starting at just $12,995 and new Optimas at just $18,500. Plus your choice from 0% financing, sales tax paid, or no payments until next year. Get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and the Crane commitment. It feels good to shop holiday savings like these at Crane Kia, North Little Rock and Conway, and craneteam.com.
Happening today, the first of two arches that will form the new Broadway Bridge will be floated into place.
Channel 7's Elizabeth Armstrong is out live this morning with when you can expect to see that new arch in place and an update on the bridge project. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Hey, Allison and Chris, that's right. We have construction workers starting to arrive this morning. The generators are coming on, and I know we have a live look at all the action on our sky cams in the double box right there. The first of these two arches, as you just said, will be floated into their final resting place this morning. Weather permitting, I think it's going to. This should happen around 8 a.m. The Arkansas Highway and Transportation Department says it should take around 3 hours to move the arch to the north side of the river. After that, it will take another 4 hours to properly align and lower the span. Now, good news for commuters this morning, there are no additional closures or restrictions on the road, but if you're on the river, that will be closed for 24 hours in order to make sure nothing disturbs the process. AHTD says members of the public are welcome to watch, but you should be aware this will be a much slower process than the bridge implosion, and it will not be as visually stunning as that was. Be sure to stick with Channel 7 throughout the day. I'll be live on Facebook at 8 a.m. with an update on the progress, so make sure you're following our social media pages. Allison and Chris, back to you.
Elizabeth Armstrong reporting live for us. Thank you.
All right, coming up next, new video at an anti-Trump rally showing a protester shove down some stairs, what happened to the attacker, and what the students did after the attack. The time now this morning, 6:45. The time now, 6:47. Breaking overnight, Fayetteville police confirm a 19-year-old died after a scooter and car crash. This accident happened around 10 o'clock last night. Police say that 2 people were on the scooter and were taken to a hospital from the crash site at Weddington and Fieldstone Drive. That's where the 19-year-old scooter passenger died. The driver of the scooter is reported to be in serious condition right now.
A sentencing hearing is set for December 5th for a Georgia man convicted of murdering his 22-month-old child by leaving him in a sweltering SUV. A jury in Brunswick found that Justin Ross Harris deliberately left his son Cooper to die in the vehicle. Harris, who maintained his son's death was an accident, showed little emotion as the verdict was read.
Young people across the country are speaking out following last week's presidential election. On Monday, thousands of middle and high school students walked out of classes to protest the election of Donald Trump. In Portland, Oregon, a few hundred students from several schools gathered near City Hall. In Oakland, California, hundreds of students from a dozen high schools skipped class to demonstrate.
Take a look at this video. An anti-Donald Trump protester gets shoved downstairs inside the student union at Ohio State. The man responsible taken away by OSU police. He's been suspended. After the incident, a handful of students from both sides began to calmly discuss their differences, which is what some hoped would have happened in the first place.
And staying with politics, President-elect Donald Trump is sequestered in his Manhattan high-rise, preparing to fill key foreign position posts. A top Trump official says that former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani has emerged as the favorite to serve as Secretary of State. The official says that there's no real competition for the job, but another Trump official says that John Bolton, a former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, is also still being considered.
Right now, rescue operations are underway in New Zealand for the hundreds of tourists and residents who remain stranded in the coastal town of Kaikoura following this weekend's powerful earthquake. The Defense Force says it has started ferrying people out by military helicopter and that a Navy ship will arrive to help later today. The magnitude 7.8 quake left 2 people dead and triggered a small tsunami.
All right, coming up next, 2 flight attendants are recovering from injuries after a plane carrying 54 passengers swerved to avoid a mid-air collision. What might have been a drone. The time now this morning, 6:49. We'll be right back.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the investigation this morning into what the pilots of a plane with 54 passengers on board saw coming towards them leading to their severe action. The pilots making a sharp turn at 9,000 feet in the air. 2 flight attendants thrown in the cabin and injured. Once on the ground, the pilots said they thought it was a drone coming towards them.
They see a flash, they see something at an altitude where they would not expect another airplane or something to be flying. And so they instinctively make a sharp turn to get away from whatever it is. So it may have been a drone, it may have been a balloon.
The 2 flight attendants were treated and released in Toronto. Already this year, pilot sightings of drones in the U.S. are up 40% compared to all of last year. More on that close call coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm David Curley, ABC News, Washington.
It was tight competition for the remaining couples in the semifinals of Dancing with the Stars last night. Trio night showed that off with all 5 groups getting an extra dancer and perfect scores. All the routines wowed the judges, with James bringing his Indy car out onto the dance floor, Calvin wowed with more insane lifts of 2 partners, and Lori paying tribute to Val learning to dance from Big Brother Max. Now, at the end of the night, it was Tara and Sasha who were sent home, and next week's finale ends with 2 nights of dancing.
Okay, well, tonight on Channel 7, David Blaine returns to primetime in an all-new cutting-edge special. Magic meets documentary in the 1-hour special as Blaine blows the minds of the most recognizable celebrities in the world, like Steph Curry, Johnny Depp, Emma Stone, Drake, and David Beckham. The special took 2 years to make and will feature some of his most revealing performances yet. What does revealing mean? He's going to show us how. No,
he's not.
You can catch all the jaw-dropping action tonight at 9.
The reactions are pretty incredible. And you mentioned a couple celebrities. That's just a few. I mean, you saw there was
so many.
Arnold.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody there.
And it's cool that they're right there and they're amazed, you know, because on TV we don't know if they're tricking us.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what they do tonight. Hey, there are only a couple of Razorback football games left for the season, and bowl predictions are currently being made. Some of the options: Music City Bowl in Nashville to play Iowa. That would be the projection right now, at least. The Belk Bowl in Charlotte, and the projection is to face Virginia Tech. And the Tax Slayer Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida, and that would project North Carolina against the Hogs. For our poll question this morning, we want to know, which bowl game do you want to see the Hogs playing in? Where do you want to go? You can tell us on our KATV Facebook page or on Twitter at KATV News. And looking at a few of the results, staying close, and a lot of folks wanting to stay within 5 hours. Music City Bowl in Nashville on Facebook, and then looking on Twitter this morning, Music City Bowl getting majority of the vote as well.
Nashville, such an easy trip for folks to make. Right. The entire family can go, and it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg to get there.
More of us could go to that game. I would like to see them in the national championship.
Well, of course.
Okay. That's what I would say.
Yes,
All right.
naturally.
We'll be back with a chance of rain for our Friday night football. We'll talk about that up next. And how warm does it get today? I'll tell you. All right, a little different out there this morning, not as chilly as it has been the past couple of days. We're talking upper 40s, low 50s mainly. A little bit of patchy fog in western Arkansas. Look at this warm up today, 69 degrees, close to 70 by lunchtime, and into the mid 70s for highs today, and just cooling down a little bit as that sun sets this evening. Chris?
Thank you. Let's take a look at our Crane Automotive Team traffic report this morning. Saline County, time to wake up, get on the road. So Melinda, your mic's still on. If you look over here, you're going to see traffic slow down just a little bit on 30 eastbound coming in from Saline County. 32 miles per hour right now between Bryant and Mableville West. That extends all the way up through the 430 on-ramp. Also, you're going to see traffic start to stop once you get onto 30 westbound from the 40 ramp. That 30-40 split north of Little Rock is already starting to see traffic build up. And here's a live look at your alternate route. If you don't want to take the 30 River Bridge, you can take the Main Street Bridge and see traffic moving with the light over there. Here's a live look at 630 east and westbound next to Arkansas Children's Hospital. Moderate to heavy level volume starting to build back towards Woodrow Fair Park, and of course down near University at this hour. And finally, look at the Big Rock Interchange. A little dark over there on our camera, but you can kind of see that sun shining from the east, and it is showing a little bit more volume starting to get onto 630 eastbound from 430 southbound.
Okay. Bruno Mars coming to Little Rock. It was announced yesterday by him on his Instagram. Verizon Arena making the official announcement today. There you go, 24 Karat Magic World Tour 2017 making a stop through Little Rock. Tickets going on sale very soon.
Yes, make sure you get there Monday. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Gonna go see him. All right, Good Morning America is next. Thanks for being here.
Take your sip, do your dip, spend your money wish.